The thing about embarrassed is the only person that's really embarrassed is you. So really, after that moment, really you the only one focusing on the embarrassment. Like, people have moved on with their lives. Other people have embarrassed themselves. They've embarrassed their own self. And it's just a lot for someone to be worried about. That's really not an issue. Embarrassment can stop you from growing, but it also can be a measurement of the level of where you're at in progression. So for instance, track and field. I ran track and field when I was in high school, and all I wanted to do was run. I didn't really want to do all the other stuff. I just wanted to do a long distance run. That's what I was good at. I didn't want to do the speed run. I didn't want to do shot put. I didn't want to do no hurdles. And that's what came into play, was the hurdles. And it was like, you need to jump these hurdles. And so I'm on the field with all these people that are experienced, and everybody jumping hurdles. Everybody they just jumping them like they goddamn grasshoppers. Like they jumping them. And I'm looking like, okay. And so everyone was like, when you get up to the hurdle, you hesitate. You just need to jump it. And I'm like, I'm hesitating because I think I'm gonna bust my ass when I come from over this hurdle. So yeah, like, you might see it as it's not a big deal to you, but you've been doing this for 6 years. But for me, I'm not gonna keep putting my effort into something that I don't see any build over. So I kept trying to jump the hurdle, Let's just tell the truth, I never succeeded at jumping them freaking hurdles. I never did, and I'm okay with that. I was so embarrassed. And my thing was, why do I have to be embarrassed over something I don't even want to participate in? I'm good in cross country. I'm good in long distance running. What the hell I gotta jump a hurdle for? But the thing was, in track and field, I guess they want you to know everything. They don't want you to just specialize in one thing. So it was embarrassing for me to come on that field every day in practice, knowing I just bust my ass, knowing every time we go over hurdles, I'm gonna bust my ass, and that's not even what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be long distance running, which I succeeded at, but that was neither here nor there. To them, they wanted me to progress in the stuff I didn't know whether I wanted to do it or not. So I'm just giving as an example, as like a personal whatever. It's not even an issue with me, but it could be something just as small as that could carry you like your whole life. Like, to this day, when I see a hurdle, I'm over it. I'm like, no, I'm good on the hurdles. So this is my thing. You can be embarrassed and give up. You can be embarrassed and not even go towards the direction you should supposed to be going. But I mean, eventually I got over the hurdle. Not good enough to race or, Lord knows, try to compete or even win, but I eventually got over it. But it still wasn't for me. Things like that shouldn't matter. The things that don't matter to you, that you were embarrassed about, leave that where it's at. So track and field does not matter to me. Now, if I was going to in front of somebody and I was speaking, and which has happened plenty of times, and I've gotten nervous and I can't control my breathing and my words are stuttering and I can't take deep breaths, and I'm just ranting, and they're like, slow down, calm down. And I look back over the video that I did, or you know, the speech that I made, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Like, I am so embarrassed. Like, I cannot believe that I just freaked out like that. Like, I was prepared. I knew what I was doing. Why did I freak out? I don't know. Nerves. Hell, I don't know why I freaked out, but I know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know why I was up there. I know my purpose. I know my heart. I know everything was aligned the way it was supposed to be. I just let my emotions take the best of me. Am I gonna let that stop me from speaking again? No, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Baby, embarrassment will have you out there not wanting to do nothing, and you can't do yourself like that. So I was trying to find find an embarrassing verse in the Bible that I can refer to, and I'm talking about, I didn't even have to look it up. God just gave it to me, and it's one that every woman can relate to. So let's talk about the woman with the issue of blood. Baby, she was embarrassed. You think she wasn't embarrassed? Baby, that's some embarrassing stuff. Like, us as women, we don't even like the whole talk about menstruation. We on our period cycle. What they say, we go through the little hormone change and we get crazy. We don't even like to address it. It's certain stuff we can't wear during that time. We bloated, we look horrible, our skin break out. It's a lot, and that's just for like 7 days. Okay, we be embarrassed just for some natural stuff that we supposed to go through, period. Way we were designed. I don't know why we're embarrassed about it, but we are. Okay, boom. So just imagine a woman that had this same issue for 12 years. For 12 years, nobody could help her. For 12 years, she stank. For 12 years, I'm pretty sure she didn't have any type of intimacy, because how could you? Like, you bleeding for 12 years. For 12 years, you were just like, like, home chick, we can't be friends. Don't be beside me. You stank. Like, there's no type of friendship that was sticking through that. There was no medical advice that she could find. She was considered unclean by her society, and it was just too much. It's embarrassing. It would have been better for her to just go sit down somewhere in her house and just bleed and just let it go. I mean, after 12 years, you still trying to figure it out? But she was, because the same thing that embarrassed her is the same thing that drove her to keep saying, it got to be something out here. It got to be something that can fix me. It got to be something. Like, it's been 12 years. 12 years before that, I was okay. So what's up? She didn't say, I know these people gonna look at me crazy. She ain't say, oh, I know I stink, I can't do this. She ain't say, I'm gonna be just attacked and talked about and ridiculed. She didn't say none of that. And if she did, she didn't give a damn, because, baby, when you bleeding for 12 years, you stop giving a damn about what everybody say. The pain, the misery, the sleepless nights, the what the hell. Like, it's too much. And she heard that Jesus was coming to town, honey, and she heard that he was a healer. And baby, she took her embarrassed behind right on out there and found God. And she found God and Jesus for her healing. And Jesus was there and he was speaking. And she couldn't get to him, but she knew why she was there. And baby, she had to get to him. And she had told herself, which is a turning point from embarrassment to, I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? From, I'm nervous, to, this is your last chance. From, I don't know how this gonna work out, to, but we better make it work out. Like, that was her transition. So she's like, I can't get to Jesus because everybody else trying to get to him, but this message, this mess I got going on with me, honey, I gotta touch him. I gotta do something. And she had told herself, if I just touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. I will be okay. Like, that's what it got to be. Some things the world can't solve. Some things only Jesus could solve. But you got to have that trigger in your mind to say, this ain't the time to freak out. This ain't the time to come all this way and say no. This ain't the time to say, okay, I had that moment. I'm scared I'm going to have it again and I can't do this. No, this the time to say, baby, you better embrace these emotions and let's get it, because we came here for a reason. We got stuff to do now. We ain't got time to be embarrassed again and again and again. It's just so many times you can be embarrassed. I mean, it's just so many times you can call me out my name. It's just so many times you can look at me crazy to the point that it don't affect me. Because, baby, what I got going on, I need help, honey. And that's what she said. What I got going on, I need help. My vision, I can't let embarrassment stop. The things I got to say, I can't let deep panting and hesitation and uncontrollable tones and pitches in my voice stop, because sooner or later, it's going to stop. Sooner or later, it's going to level out. Sooner or later, I'm going to go through this ridicule, this abuse, this trauma, and everything for so long that, baby, you can't even bother me, okay? You can't even shake me. The things you say don't even bother me. I'm already embarrassed. I'm already going through this. I'm already dealing with this myself. I cannot let anybody else embarrass me any more than I feel embarrassed in myself. So this is when you got to get up. And this is when she touched him. And this is when she was instantly healed, bruh. Like, ain't nobody feeling that part. Everybody is like, it's the greatest sermon. She was healed. Jesus performed a miracle. Forgive me, Lord. I know you the whole reason of her cure. But for this video, I'm trying to focus on her tenacity. I'm trying to focus on homegirl with the Bible reference as an anonymous woman. An anonymous woman. Baby, she ain't even got no name in the Bible. That's how unimportant she was to the writers who wrote that. And that one was Matthew 9:20 through 22. That particular version of what happened. She wasn't even important for Matthew to mention her name. That's how unimportant he saw her. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people saw her as the stanky woman. A lot of other people saw her as the bloody woman, the cursed woman, probably called the lady a witch. No telling. But she was anonymous. She wasn't even given a name to be referenced. She just known as the woman with the issue of blood. And just to finish the verse, it says Jesus felt her and said it was somebody who need me to touch my garment, and on and on and on. And she said it was I. But I don't even feel like we got to go that far. I'm talking about what made this woman get up after 12 years of bleeding, after 12 years of being told we can't help you, after 12 years of society shunning her the hell out, after 12 years of just depression and crying and misery and pain. Let's talk about homegirl tenacity. Let's talk about her embarrassing life. And she fought through that, because that same thing that was embarrassing her, she was like, baby, I gotta get through this. I gotta get this up out of me, because it's stopping my quality of life. I can't let this one thing do it. Like, do not let embarrassment stop you. Like, ain't nobody thinking about it but you. And your victory is so much greater than your downfall. Bruh, get the hell up and let's stop playing. Can't nobody embarrass us. Whatever it is. They repoed your car in front of the people. You got a foreclosure notice on your door. You trip and fail at work. You a model and you fail. You don't want to get back on the runway. Baby, get back on the runway, because the reason why you fell, because you was on the runway. The only reason your car can get repossessed is because you had one. The only reason your house can get foreclosed on is because you had one. Remember the situation that you in. And that it wouldn't even be a situation of embarrassment if you would even have the opportunity to be in the situation. So, you are going after whatever you need to go at. You are trying to make that speech in front of somebody. You are trying to dish out your business plan. You are trying to redeem yourself after some embarrassing moment or challenge or obstacle that you have had before people who clearly matter, before people who don't matter, before a society that says you screwed up, you can't redeem yourself, you're embarrassed, let it go. Baby, you ain't the first one been embarrassed, and you won't be the last. And so, from here on out, just take that as, in this opportunity, I was embarrassed as I was trying to grow. You're trying to do the things you need to do. You're trying to move a certain way you're trying to move. And if you was never trying to do that, if you was never trying to perfect your craft, if you was never trying to actually get your foot in the door, you wouldn't be embarrassed, because you wouldn't be given no initiative to do what the hell you need to do. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're not going to focus on being embarrassed. We're going to focus on why is that going to stop me from doing this. Whatever your this is, don't let embarrassment stop you, because ain't nobody worried about it but you. And if they worried about it, baby, while they worrying about it, you could be doing something else. But we got to get over being embarrassed about something, especially when it's hindering you from what you need to be doing. And that's all I got to say about that.